Hey, Allie. I wanted to go through a little bit of my feedback because I think there is actually methodology that we can use, strategy methodology we can use to better sharpen and clarify some of the things that you are mentioning here in the OOUX Lab's internal positioning. Let's go take a little look over here. So what you see here, let me see if I can point this out. Here is the document with a bunch of comments in it. And then I've got a whimsical board over there, which we're going to discuss here in a second. There's a bunch of comments on here, but let me talk about kind of the big comments. So we say OOUX Labs takes object-oriented UX from concept to reality in your organization. And I said here, really what we need to be doing is moving away from activities and towards outcomes. And we can start linking outcomes to the same positioning that we have for the other products, or what Sophia would call machine parts, that exist already within the OOUX universe. My thinking about how we would harmonize labs with Masterclass 1 was these comments here. So Masterclass 1 has 3 key results that are promised. Confidence tackling, and that's actually over here. This is a separate thing on the right-hand side, but it will map to something, I promise. The 3 key results that we promise for Masterclass 1 are confidence tackling complexity, harmonized collaboration, and peace of mind in a proven framework. So when I think about OOUX Labs around that framework, we're not giving that to students as part of Masterclass 1. Instead, we're giving it to businesses and organizations. And what might these key results look like at an organization level? And this is what I wrote here. I started with harmonized collaboration because I thought that was the most important to organizations, and probably the hardest. It's probably the thing that they need the most help with. So I said faster alignment between design and business teams, no more endless meetings, for example. And that maps to MC1's key result of harmonized collaboration. Reduce risk of costly redesigns and failed launches. That's confidence tackling complexity. And confidence that your product structure will scale with your business. And that's peace of mind in a proven framework. I'll make a video about this to explain more. That's what's happening now. So what I did essentially is I did an instance nom for, wait, hold on one second here. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Maybe I'm hoping that my mic didn't switch over to my headphones, but we'll find out. What I did is essentially an instance nom where I said, if these are our key results here, thinking about OOUX Labs in general, and the instances of activities, what is the mapping of activity? You know, I was just like thinking in my mind, like generally, what do the activities map to when we're thinking about these key results? The reason I'm bringing this up here on the right-hand side is because I now for my mentorship do instance noms for my mentees. So my mentees tell me what type of transformation they're looking for, and then what I try to. So for example, my mentee Maha said that as a human-centered AI designer, she wanted to improve her skills and abilities. And so I did a little bit of research, very little, to figure out what the key elements of human-centered AI were. These 5 things popped up to the top. And then I took the Masterclass key results on the side here, and then I did a instance nom where I said, how do we, meaning Jake, Sophia, the OOUX community in general, support these key elements of human-centered AI by strengthening Maha's skills in these? And then I just spent some time thinking through every intersection. Some intersections are stronger than others. And then I highlighted the ones where I thought these are great things to bring up to Maha in our mentorship so that she understands what I think she should be focusing on, and then she said, okay, great, I can take the OOUX work that we have, the design challenge work, and focus on these elements here because they'll be part of the challenge. And that will strengthen my abilities and skills around being a human-centered AI designer. Great. Okay, what does this have to do with mentorship? Here's the OOUX internal positioning nom that I did here. So what I said was, and we can do lots of different dimensions here. There's lots of strategy objects here. My idea for the first nom was, if OOUX Labs is the machine part, it has offerings. Those offerings are Orca sprints. Actually, I didn't write the rest of these. OOUX audits. What else did we say were offerings here? We said UX audits, design emergency response. Team training, and so forth. And I would not pick every single instance. I think we actually have too many instances of offerings here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're selling nothing right now. I mean, we're not selling nothing, but like we're not selling this in a structured way. And to have a menu of 8 offerings might be a little too much. That's a separate thing. If we can get our offerings down to 5, our 5 key offerings at the top here. And then I said, here are the OOUX Labs outcomes. And these outcomes are essentially what I just wrote as the changed version of the MC1 certification results. So I think the outcomes are faster alignment between teams, reduce risk in execution, confidence in product structure, scaling, confidence in product structure, their product structure scaling fast enough, and repeatable clarity. You can tell me if these are right or wrong. That's just my take on what the outcomes would be. And if you start looking at the offerings versus the outcomes, and then you put one of these gray squares or whatever color you so choose in here, is like, what does an Orca sprint, when we do an Orca sprint, how are we supporting faster alignment between teams? Teams that normally don't talk to one another come together for a common purpose, serving the business and users together. I don't know. Like, there might be a bunch of these things, but I think going through this matrix one by one and thinking through this, then bringing this type of thing to Sophia and maybe to me, and I can certainly help out, like, to critiquing this matrix, I think will be a much more productive conversation than this one, because this is already assuming positioning. And I think we need to step back and figure out what our positioning is first. Do we care about these outcomes? Are these our offerings? And then this is basically how we talk about each of these things. And that's where I think we need to go here. So if you want help with all of this, or I need to clarify more, let me know. But I'm excited to work on this stuff because I love strategy objects. And actually, it's part of my advanced certification kind of advancey project. So you're helping me out too. Okay, be well, take care. Hopefully that helps, and we'll talk soon. Bye.